Hey guys, today we're checking out the live F1 race today. So so far we got a virtual safety car now out. Hamilton's still in front. We got Verstappen in second, Lando Norris in third, and Sergio Perez in fifth, and Esteban Ocon in fifth. Those are your top five. Top 10 will be Carlos Sainz, Daniel Ricciardo, Gasly, Alex Albon, and Hulkenberg so far. So just want to clarify the way I'm watching the race is about a couple of seconds behind. So yeah, it's about a couple seconds behind. Sorry about messing with the camera there. So looks like Valtteri Bottas is now in the pits. Are they retiring his car, or what is happening here? So it looks like Bottas is retiring from the race now. Verstappen now has the fastest lap in this race, and then it's Hamilton still in P1 so far. Unfortunately, there for Valtteri Bottas having to retire from the race. Now from 20, we're down to 18 drivers left on the track. George Russell and Bottas now out of this race. I honestly feel like Daniel Ricciardo could push in this race since he's seventh at the moment, but to be honest, I feel like he could get there at least in the top five. But we still got Racing Point there with Sergio Perez in P4. Racing Point is actually doing quite well, especially if Vettel's going there next season. It's actually good for them. Hamilton now has the fastest lap once again. Hamilton now has the fastest lap. Alex Albon and Gasly fighting for that 8th position there. Ferrari driver there, Gasly, fighting for the 8th position. He is under second behind him, so that means he has DRS if he hits the DRS zone. So that means previous Red Bull drivers, there's like a rivalry going on there, like they're enemies, to be honest. That's what I feel like. Gasly and Alex Albon, since Albon took Gasly's spot in Red Bull and Gasly getting kicked out of Red Bull. I feel like Alex Albon might go past Gasly. Where are they at the moment? Okay, they are right here. They are right there. Charles Leclerc, Ferrari has to push. He has to push. But since he pitted, I feel like that gave him a bit behind. Hamilton also pitted as well. Same as Verstappen. Lando Norris has not pitted yet. Sergio Perez has not pitted, and Carlos Sainz has not pitted yet. Those are your top 5. Esteban Ocon as well. Daniel Ricciardo pitted. So that means if Norris and Perez pit and Sainz kept pushing him up into P4, P3, or even P5 even. Should be good. Oh, and now he is in him and Esteban Ocon fighting for that 6th position now. And he's back into P6 once again. Daniel Ricciardo now back into P6. Oh, Esteban Ocon now in the pits, so that means he goes to P10. Is Hulkenberg gonna get up? Hulkenberg just goes past him now. Esteban Ocon now coming out of the pits. He's now out of the pits behind Grosjean there. And he is into P15. He is now into P15 in this race. We have 38 laps remaining now, and we are on lap 23. We're now on lap 23. I'm almost excited for this race coming back, or if we're not coming back to the Nürburgring after a couple of years. Kimi Räikkönen and Vettel is now fighting for the 13th position, but Kimi Räikkönen does not have DRS just yet. It might look like Esteban Ocon is going to retire from this race since he's complaining about he can't shift properly, and not only that, there's something wrong with his braking, so he might retire from the race. He is still in the pits. Yep, Esteban Ocon is out of this race. He's retiring from the race. So we have now 3 drivers out and left with 17 drivers left. Fortunate there for the Renault driver, Daniel Ricciardo's teammate. Fortunate there for him. So it looks like Alex Albon will receive a 5-second penalty because he did hit into the AlphaTauri driver. I think it was Gasly that he hit into there. Fortunate there for Alex Albon, the Red Bull driver. Ooh, Alex Albon also staying into the pits for quite a while now. Does this mean that he might as well also be retiring from this race? He has been a while in the pit stops now. Yeah, causing collision, so he'll receive a 5-second penalty. What is happening there? Alex Albon will be retiring from the race. Alex Albon will be retiring from the race, and now we left with 16 drivers left, 16 out of the 20. So the drivers that are retired is George Russell, Bottas, Esteban Ocon, and Alex Albon. Those are the drivers that will be retiring from this race. Hey guys, please remember to like and sub to the channel. We'll really appreciate it if you guys could do so. We have 35 laps now remaining, and we are on lap 26 at the moment. On lap 26. Hey guys, please also give me a shout out. Would really appreciate if you guys could do so. Be honest, like, Hamilton now setting the best in sector 3 there, 23.1 second in sector 3. Lando Norris now complaining about he is losing power in his McLaren, not too sure what's going on there. Complaining about the power in the car. I'm also be happy if Lando Norris could keep that position, that P3 position is now in. Carlos Sainz has to boost up into that P4 position and pause Sergio Perez there. But as well, I'm also really a fan of Racing Point, so the pink Mercedes. But I feel like he deserves it. Verstappen's now 4 seconds behind Hamilton. Lando Norris is 40 seconds behind Verstappen. Sergio Perez is 1.2 seconds behind Lando Norris. Carlos Sainz is 7.7 seconds behind Sergio Perez. Daniel Ricciardo is 1.2 seconds behind Carlos Sainz. Gasly is 11.1 seconds behind Daniel Ricciardo. Leclerc is just under a second behind Gasly, so that means he will be having DRS when he hits the DRS zone there. Hulkenberg is 5.9 seconds behind Leclerc. Grosjean is 3.7 seconds behind Hulkenberg. Antonio Giovinazzi is 4.1 seconds behind Grosjean. Sebastian Vettel is 1.5 seconds behind Antonio Giovinazzi. Kimi Räikkönen is 6.7 seconds behind Vettel. So that means he'll also be having DRS. Magnussen is 6.6 seconds behind Kimi Räikkönen. Latifi has been lapped already by Hamilton, but he is 3.8 seconds behind Magnussen, and Kvyat is also lapped by Hamilton and is 34.1 seconds behind Latifi there. We are on lap 32, and there's 32 laps now remaining, and we are on lap 29. 32 laps now remaining of this race. Hamilton still has the fastest lap of this race so far. Still has the fastest lap. And this is the positions that they caught up. Hamilton caught up one position. That will come back just now. Lando Norris still struggling with his car there. Still complaining about power. Sergio Perez and Carlos Sainz now in the pits. Looks like Carlos Sainz is now coming out of the pits. Same as Sergio Perez, both coming now out of the pits. Yep, Sergio Perez is now out of the pits. Confirmed, he just came out of the pits. Now Carlos Sainz still in the pit. He is now coming out as well. And then we got we got Grosjean also pitting now. Grosjean pitting as well. That puts him into P13 so far. Is Magnussen gonna cross him? Not too sure. I think I just need to put the colors on. There we go. Couldn't see those other drivers. And that puts Grosjean into P15. Now. Fortunate there for Grosjean getting into P15, but I'm sure he will catch up that positions he lost, Hulkenberg coming out of the pits now. He is now coming out of the pits. Sorry about the camera situation, just trying to fix it here. I'm gonna be honest with you. Daniel Ricciardo now into P3. That I'm happy for Daniel Ricciardo. They're one of my favorite racers out there, drivers out there. Leclerc is now back into P4 from where he started. Back into P4. Sergio Perez now into P5. Lando Norris unfortunately back into P6. Him and Carlos Sainz both lost position there. And then we got Gasly now coming out of the pits. Coming out of the pit stops now. And then Magnussen P12, Latifi P13. Magnussen now in P11, Gasly in P12. Grosjean P15 and Kvyat in P16. He's still 25 seconds behind Grosjean. 25 seconds now behind Grosjean. Kimi Räikkönen now at P10, so he will be getting points if he keeps that position that he's now in. Hamilton still leading the race and has the fastest lap. Driver number 44 out there, Mercedes. The GOAT of F1. I hope Daniel Ricciardo actually gets into that P3 position and holds it there. He deserves a podium for this season, I feel. Hamilton has so far lapped 8 drivers so far in this race. He lapped P8, P9 till P16 so far. All those drivers he has now pitted. Leclerc now telling his engineer now telling him they're going to plan C. Not sure what their plan is. Maybe they're gonna increase power on his car. Not too sure. So it looks like Hamilton also might be, like, he has a power unit problem. Not too sure what his problem is, but he has a power unit problem. So now it looks like Gasly back into P11, passing Magnussen there. Kimi Räikkönen still holding that P10 position. He's now 6 seconds behind him. Kimi Räikkönen has to get past Vettel. He has DRS in the DRS zone. If he can keep another 1 second. Verstappen is now 7.3 seconds behind Hamilton there. Hamilton leading this race by all entire 7 seconds, you would say. Look, we have 24 laps now remaining of this race, and we are on lap 37 now. On lap 37 and 24 laps now remaining out of the 60. And be honest with you guys, Daniel Ricciardo needs to push up away from Sergio Perez. Though he has a 15-second lead on Sergio Perez, but I feel like he could push it just a bit more to get away from him completely. But then at the end of the day, like, it's gonna be a struggle for him. It's gonna be a struggle for him, to be honest. If you think about it, like, Hey guys, please remember to like and sub to the channel. We'd really appreciate if you guys could do so. Look, I feel like Daniel Ricciardo can at least try to catch up to Max there. And he's 58 seconds behind him, so far Hamilton has lapped how many drivers? From Lando Norris to from P6 till P16. Have 10 drivers so far. So Mercedes has a power unit problem. That's why Bottas decided to retire from the race. Fortunate there for Bottas. Started in P1 and now had to retire from the race. Fortunate there for him. We have 22 laps now remaining of this race. 22 laps and we are on lap 39. We are now on lap 39. Hamilton is 67.6 seconds ahead of Daniel Ricciardo there. Looks like Hamilton's slowly catching up to Carlos Sainz. As you guys can see, he's slowly catching up to him. Just a 1 corner difference. That's all. There, Carlos Sainz takes corner, and Hamilton now in the same lane as him, coming around last 3 corners before the lap ends. Daniel Ricciardo should keep that position that he's now in for another 19 laps. Daniel Ricciardo should keep it. Should keep the position he now has. Oof. Gasly trying to get past Leclerc there. So just to confirm, my race is a bit behind than this the live mapping that you guys are watching. My race is, I think it's about 40 seconds behind. So I'm still watching the part where Gasly and tried passing Leclerc. Hamilton now is 10 seconds ahead of Verstappen there. And Sergio Perez is 10 seconds behind Daniel Ricciardo. I'm actually really worried for Daniel Ricciardo there, to be honest. Because every lap, Sergio Perez is like catching up like 0.2 seconds there each lap. So I'm actually, to be honest, I'm quite worried there for him. I'm quite scared there for him. Yo, what's up? What's up? Hey, comment section there. Hey, what's up? How are you? Hey guys, please remember to like and sub to the channel. Really appreciate if you guys could do so. So 0.7. So Sergio Perez and Hamilton's pace is exactly the same, and it's 0.7 seconds. He's catching up 0.7 seconds to Daniel Ricciardo each lap. So I'm honestly afraid for Daniel Ricciardo that Sergio Perez could catch up to him. Looks like we got a yellow flag. A yellow flag. That could be a virtual safety car or a safety car, one of the two. Not too sure really what's going on there. So Lando Norris is retiring from the race. Lando Norris is now retiring from the race. And it's a safety car. We got a safety car in this race. We now have a safety car in this race. So drivers are now going to start pitting. Daniel Ricciardo has pitted. Hamilton now in the pit stop. Hamilton's now in the pits. Verstappen also in the pits now. Hamilton still in P1. Verstappen now into P2 there. Sergio Perez now into P3 and Daniel Ricciardo P4. He's out of the pits now. So it looks like Daniel Ricciardo back into P3 again, once again. That honestly excites me, to be honest. I am happy for that. So safety car is now still out onto the race. Safety car is still on the race now at the moment. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm happy that Hamilton's still in P1 and Daniel Ricciardo in P3. Just, I'm not really a fan of Verstappen there. Not really a fan of him. So happy that Racing Point in P4 and then a McLaren in P5. So this could be the last so we're now on lap, we have 13 laps now remaining, and on lap 48 so far. We're on lap 48 now, and 13 laps now remaining of this race. I'll be back in 2 seconds. I am now back. Hey guys, please remember to like and sub. Really appreciate if you guys could do so. So all the other drivers are now still catching up onto the race, and we are on lap 48 so far. Lap 48 and 13 laps now remaining of this race. We're on lap 12 now. 12 laps remaining, and we're on lap 49. So all the cars have to first catch up before the race can continue. So this is the last lap now. Safety car now ending, so that means they have to give position for the safety car to get into the pit stop so that the race can resume. and once again the race now continues. We have 11 laps now remaining of this race. 11 laps now remaining. Hamilton still has the fastest lap of this race. Oof. Hamilton has the best in Sector 2 and in Sector 3 now. Look, I hope Daniel Ricciardo can keep that pace that he's now on. To be honest, I'm happy that he can keep that pace. Sergio Perez also as well, and Carlos Sainz. Hamilton is now 1.6 seconds behind of Verstappen there. This race is going to honestly be this last part of this race is going to be tight, especially for Daniel Ricciardo, Sergio Perez and Carlos Sainz there. We have 9 laps now remaining. We are sitting on lap 52 now, 52 of this race. You guys, please remember to like and sub to the channel. Really appreciate if you guys could do so. I just hope Daniel Ricciardo could just keep that. It's 2 laps till 1 lap now till DRS kicks in. Honestly, we have 8 laps now remaining of this race. We're sitting on lap 53 now. Hamilton has set yet once again fastest lap and the best in Sector 2. Verstappen now sitting the best in Sector 1 there. and he's 2.8 seconds behind Hamilton. I'm just hoping that he could hold on to this lead. Hope Daniel Ricciardo can stay in at P3. I feel like he deserves a podium since last 2 weeks ago. We have 7 laps now remaining of this race, and we're sitting on lap 54. Hulkenberg now in P8. Hulkenberg is in P8. Yes, I'm happy. I'm so happy. Daniel is leading Sergio Perez by 1.6 seconds now. Honestly, that honestly makes me so happy. That honestly just makes me so happy just because of that now. Honestly, I hope that Daniel Ricciardo can keep the pace as he's now going at to get into that podium. That will honestly make me so happy. Same with Hamilton as well. But Hamilton is leading Verstappen by 2.7 seconds now. Let's hope he can maintain that position he's now in. Especially Daniel Ricciardo, he has to keep that position he's now in. He's now leading Sergio Perez by 1.5 seconds. So I'm just trying to fix my thing that I usually watch the race on. This does not want to work. But anyway, so we have 4 laps now remaining, and we're sitting on lap 57 now. Sitting on lap 57 and 4 laps now remaining of this race. Please remember to like and sub to the channel, will really be appreciated. We're sitting on lap 58 and we have 3 laps now remaining out of the 60. We're sitting on lap 2 now, and we're sitting on lap 59, and we have 2 laps now remaining of this race. 2 laps remaining of this race. Daniel Ricciardo should hold the position he's now in. Should honestly hold the position that he's now in. Hamilton has set yet again the fastest lap of this race, 1 minute and 28.1 seconds. And he is leading Verstappen by 4.6 seconds. Daniel Ricciardo is 8.6 seconds behind Verstappen, and Sergio Perez is 1.6 seconds behind. Carlos Sainz is 5.1 seconds behind Perez. Gasly is 1.2 seconds behind Carlos Sainz. Leclerc is 6.2 seconds behind Gasly. Hulkenberg is 1.3 seconds behind Leclerc. Grosjean is 6.5 seconds behind Hulkenberg. Antonio Giovinazzi is 1.3 seconds behind Grosjean. Vettel is just under second behind Antonio Giovinazzi. That means he does have DRS. He will be having DRS in a DRS zone if he can maintain that pace. Same as Kimi Räikkönen is just under second behind Vettel, so he will also be having DRS when he gets into a DRS zone. Magnussen is 7.6 seconds behind Kimi Räikkönen. Latifi is 4.3 seconds behind Magnussen. Kvyat is 0.4 seconds behind Latifi, and that's pretty much how much drivers we have left. The retired racers are Lando Norris, Alex Albon, Esteban Ocon, Valtteri Bottas, and George Russell so far. I'm getting quite scared yet for Vettel there, but I'm will be happy with Kimi Räikkönen because Vettel hasn't been performing at all this season. He has not been performing at all. So I'll actually be really happy if he could push for that, to be honest. Hamilton's still in the lead, sitting with the fastest lap. Verstappen now just boosted into we have 1 lap now remaining of this race. 1 lap, and Hamilton takes it. Hamilton takes P1, and we're coming out to the last 3 corners of, or last corner now of Daniel Ricciardo and Sergio Perez. Is Daniel Ricciardo going to take it at the end? Is he going to take P3? Yes, he does. He takes P3. Sergio Perez takes P4. Carlos Sainz takes P5. Gasly takes P6. Leclerc coming, and Hulkenberg as well coming now. Leclerc now takes P7. Hulkenberg takes P8. Grosjean, Antonio Giovinazzi, Vettel, and Kimi Räikkönen coming across the finish line. Grosjean takes P9. Antonio Giovinazzi takes P10. Vettel takes 11. Kimi Räikkönen takes 12. Magnussen now coming, takes P13. Latifi and Kvyat is now fighting for that 14th position, but Latifi now takes P14, and Danny Kvyat takes P15. Thank you guys really much for watching. Really do appreciate that. Please remember to like and sub to the channel. Please don't forget about that.